Welcome to the Gate 7 International Podcast, your official English source for all things Olympiacos FC and Greek football.
The first day of training is when I realized, this is why they win the league every year.
When I spoke with Kevin, if I gonna sign or no for Olympiacos, he said, you are crazy, go direct, my friend.
Να πετύχω ήθελα να μείνω στην ιστορία του Ολυμπιακού.
I can't speak, sure.
Yeah.
Έλα μαλάκα!
Σ' αγαπώ πάρα πολύ, Πειραιάς. Είμαι Γάβρος πάντα, όλοι μαζί.
What's happening, everybody? We are Gate 7 International, your number one English source for all things Olympiacos. We're back. We didn't do an episode on Sunday. It's been some time. You know, we deserve a break as well after the season's over. And guess what? We've accumulated lots of transfer info, lots of things going on, lots of bullshit in the media, lots of names, 5 or 6 names every day. We're going to try and get through the most important ones today. You got your transfer special. I've got Labro Sirmos with me from Switzerland. Labro, how you doing, man?
Yeah, from Switzerland, maybe not for long. But yeah, I'm doing good. It's hot, it's rainy, it's humid here in Switzerland. It's not great. I noticed something from the intro. I like to hold my face like this. Aren't we not supposed to do that with COVID? Anyway, I just noticed that random thought. Excited to go through transfer rumors, a lot of bullshit lately, a lot of names, not a lot of things happening though. So I don't know. We can start with whoever you want to go with. As we know, my expertise is in the bullshit barometer. I can kind of tell when these things are real, when they're not, when they're fake, when they're real. So yeah, we can have it out.
All right. Well, before we get into it, guys, as usual, like if you haven't subscribed already, please do like and subscribe. It really helps in terms of getting the episode out to more viewers, listeners. If you haven't subscribed, you subscribe and you'll be able to comment in the chat as well. We want to get as many people involved as we can. And with that, before we get into transfers, so the team is going to be getting together, I believe, around the 14th of this month. 14th of June is the day that the team is going to be going back to Redi for the beginning of pre-season. So is the first time in over 2 seasons now that the players have had a proper break. It's been one of the big issues that we've been talking about. We hear the club's been talking about the last year in particular. So we do hope they are fully rested and that we do see a turnaround in terms of the performances. So 14th of June, guys, big day. And then 22nd of June, the team will be heading out to Austria as usual for pre-season camp. Some of the friendlies have been announced already. Among them, the big one in Austria is going to be against Salzburg, the Austrian champions. There's also a game against Slavia Prague that's been confirmed. So those are the 2 high-profile friendlies that will be playing out in Austria. And then the team's expected back towards the beginning of July in Greece, where there will be a couple of friendlies there as well. And of course, second round of Champions League qualifiers start on the 19th or the 20th of July is the first leg. So that just to give you guys a full picture of where, key dates, when things are kicking off, what to expect in the weeks ahead. Okay, so let's get into this now. You guys are here to hear transfer news. You guys are here to hear our thoughts on what we've been hearing and the priorities that have been announced. Well, in the press, they are Al Arabi, the striker position, right back has been said as being a priority for Pedro Martins. Pedro Martins has apparently asked for a right back to be at the beginning of pre-season on the 14th of June. Today is the 2nd of June. We are recording this episode. And the third one is winger. And let's start in that order. Let's go straight to El Arabi. Labro, do you want to kick us off? Like, where are we with this situation?
I don't know. What does anyone? What was it? The club made the post, and everyone was saying, "Oh, he's re-signed," but I don't think they're that good at social media. I think they just have like scheduled posts that they do, and they said they had this photo and they scheduled posted it. But I was listening to the radio, and they were like, "This post means he's signing, and everyone's excited." I think that's bullshit. But honestly, I think he's signing, re-signing. I think he's got the club kind of hostage. To be honest, they need El Arabi. The story about Abu Bakar Kamara coming to Olympiacos was such bullshit. It was kind of like, oh, this is supposed to like make El Arabi sign faster. We've got this other shitty striker ready to come in. I think he's going to be signing. I would say before the end of next week, I would expect it to be announced for another year at least.
It's funny because I mean he was out in Miami for holidays. He went to the Bahamas. They've been reporting all of his holidays on the radio. He went to a Celtics game to watch Miami play the Celtics. Then he went back to Greece. He was in Greece, I think the beginning of this week.
Yeah.
Which was shortly after, of course, Nottingham Forest got their promotion to the Premier League confirmed. He came back to Greece, and then he's off in Morocco now. So I don't know if he didn't sign a new contract because Marinakis was in England or what's going on. But yeah, there's been a lot of fanfare, as you said, a lot of excitement yesterday because of this social media post with him, touching the badge. I don't read into that too much, to be honest.
Have you seen Olympiacos social media? It's like Big Avram with the tackle. No one gets past him. Like blah blah. Jan and Via's this. Like, do people actually think the people running this social media are smart enough to do something like that, or like? Have you seen the level of the social media? Like, I know it's been contentious, but
I'm not reading into it too much.
I'm not reading anything. I don't think they have the power to do that. Even the social media team, I don't think.
Yeah. I mean, let's just state the facts. So El Arabi has been offered, by all reports, a $2 million a year contract plus $1 million bonus. The bonus entails, half of the bonus is basically winning the league, and the other half is getting into the group stages of the Champions League.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, if we win the league and if we get into the group stages, that means we're giving Youssef El Arabi $3 million a year because the second year is guaranteed. So it's a 2-year closed contract, not 1+1. It's a 2-year deal. I understand that this is a predicament for the club because El Arabi is a proven goal scorer, and in spite of his age, he's a proven goal scorer. He knows the club. He's club captain now. He knows us. We know him, and hopefully, I think what the rationale is that he's going to have a full preseason behind him. And his performances should be better than what they were last year, which in any case, he still scored 20 goals. A lot of them penalties, let's say that. I still think it's a lot of money, man. Like, I personally would have liked to see some proper scouting, to find the replacement striker. We all thought it might be Tiquinho in his second year. I'm not sure about that. There are rumored bids for Tiquinho coming in. Yeah, like you said, we're kind of hostage, aren't we?
We don't have any other option. I think the story about Abu Bakar Kamara, who's a nutcase too. Can we just say that? He got arrested from the Fulham training grounds. They took him out in handcuffs because he assaulted Alexander Mitrovic. Like, we want to add this guy to the clown show. Like, I don't know. We can talk about that another time. But I think it's if El Arabi brings Olympiacos to the Champions League and wins the title, I think the $3 million is worth it. I know that sounds crazy, but the money from the Champions League is worth it. So it gives him an incentive to show up as well because it's been pretty bad. I just don't think the club has any other option. They've kind of backed themselves into this corner here. It's a self-inflicted wound, in my opinion. There was no other option on the table. You can't go into these games with Tiquinho and Hassan. I think 2 million's a bit much. The bonus is a bit much, but there's no other option at this point. I don't know.
It's risky. It's risky otherwise, isn't it? Because who are you going to find for the same money?
No one. Who are you going to find?
You can't find what El Arabi gives you for
Zahavi. The same offer has been given to Zahavi supposedly, but now he wants to go to Brazil or maybe back to Israel. So
it's rumors.
But also it's risky. You bring this guy Zahavi in. He just had knee surgery like 3 weeks ago. It wasn't a big procedure, I guess. He's already training again. But this guy's never been around the club. He shows up, takes him some time to adapt, and he's going to take you to the Champions League now as well. I think you have to give it to El Arabi. I think. There's no other option. If the club had figured a signing out before the summer and someone was at least coming in, it would be okay. But now they're in a corner where they have to re-sign him. I think that's my opinion, basically.
Yeah. I mean, look, guys, at the end of the day, we are 2nd of June today, and this should be coming to an end in the next week. So a little bit more patience, guys. We will, I think in a week, we'll know what's going on, because like I said at the beginning, 14th of June, pre-season starts. We need to have a striker there.
Also, of course, this is random, but do we know if Valbuena has re-signed? I just assume he is. He didn't re-sign?
He hasn't put pen to paper.
I just assume so. He's vacationing in Greece. He's taking all these photos. Because June 14th is 12 days away.
Exactly.
Is Avram going to be there June 14th as well?
Maybe they all sign on the same day.
I think I don't think they put pen to paper, or they just haven't announced it yet, because it just seems incredibly incompetent to not have them signed with 12 days to go before preseason.
Maybe with the other two, I don't think it's controversial with the other two.
Yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward. Okay, whether or not we should be prioritizing younger players, and this is a different discussion. But I guess we've talked about El Arabi so many times before.
People
and about
can listen to other episodes where we talk about, is he worth 2 million? I see the discussions are, is he worth 2 million? Is he worth $1.5 million? Is he worth 3 million? We've already had these discussions for a year, and all of us, I think, have differing opinions. It's kind of like a bar, whatever. So,
and about Zahavi as well. I mean, just very quickly on that one.
Yeah.
I think if Tiquinho leaves, Tiquinho's got a fairly big contract. I think he gets just over $1 million in salary, and I mean, I've always been very clear. I don't think El Arabi and Tiquinho up front together worked. I don't think it ever worked. Zahavi and El Arabi, maybe they're both 35, but it's a little risky. Would have liked to seen the club invest in a younger player, or maybe bring in a player from the academy. There was so much hope about Alguacin Bar when we signed him. Yeah. Apparently, he's going to be going to pre-season, so he'll be starting off.
Yeah.
So who knows?
I think if Alguacin Bar, I think if Dabo goes, I think a few of them may win spots. It's the same thing with Agi Bukamara. I think these guys are so much more talented. Kinkue for sure, no, this guy sucks. But Alguacin Ba, one day Kinkue is going to be the best center back of all time. Watch, and I'll be eating my words. But I think some of these younger players from better leagues, like DB Keita as well, I think if they show up, they can surprise, a bit of like Agi Bukamara last season. So they're kind of sleeper picks to show up at preseason and fill in a role. And in these random summer games, I feel like it's before transfers develop. I remember last season, well, it was because of COVID, but just random players were playing. Markovic played quite a bit. Surlis played as well. I'm trying to remember a few others, but people got chances, if I remember correctly. So
yeah, and then they never played again. But let's not talk about that now because
Now we can bring in another young transfer we're going for in the midfield to bring some new legs. Should we talk about that?
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. I just want to read some of the comments before we do.
Bring them in before moving on.
No Choftes, our friends from Omonia in Cyprus, saying gutted to see Maxi not signing up for another year. We'll miss him for sure. It's not over yet, mate. Maybe he does end up coming back. We'll see. I wouldn't rule that out, to be honest. John Tabukas, morning from icy Melbourne, lads. Good start to the weekend with Elada getting the 3 points. So, yeah, the national team did win their first match in the Nations League against Northern Ireland. I didn't watch the game, neither did Labros. Personally, I've got better things to do than watch
I don't have time.
Nations League.
I just don't have time. Yeah, I don't have time.
Sorry, guys. I know there's a couple of other people in the comments saying, can we talk about the national team? We'll do another national team episode.
There's 4 games this like international window. Adi, as you guys know, is our international Greek national team guy. So I'm sure he's going to do a wrap-up episode. Or when do they even play again? Sunday, Saturday? Maybe Adi will do an episode on Sunday.
I think we've got Kosovo next, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Yeah, we do. I think so.
Look at my eyes, DC. With 3 million, we can get a better and younger striker. I'm not too sure about that, man. It's risky with a young player like that. Problem. That's the thing, yeah.
The team is really risk adverse, I think. It goes back to... That's why Pedro Martins is even here, guys. Like, the team is super risk adverse. Risk averse. They don't want to risk missing Europe, a blow up of the team. So they're kind of sticking with what works, what wins them championships. Will it catch up to them? I think so. I talked about this after going out in the cup with Pauk, but we just have to support them at this point and see what happens. Unfortunately, this is where we are.
We'll always support and we'll always make our criticism constructive. And if we get emotional, we get emotional because we're fans and people get emotional. But we always try and keep it reasonable. Some people more reasonable than others. Anyway. Vagulas 12, I think 2 per year is okay, but I find the extra 1 million unreasonable, says Vagelas, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Mano says, hello, Yasu Mano. Kalispera. And yeah, now I think where the other comments are. Yeah, one more here from Mano. If we keep Hassan and sell Tiquinho, it would be a huge foul. Tiquinho scored all these goals this year with 0 attacking creativity from the team. I don't think he got great service this year, man. I mean,
I don't think anyone did, but people were taking Al-Arabi to the slaughtering house too this season. So
yeah.
I just think like Oleg Rayobchuk, fucking Kenny Lala. It's like you're playing with 9 players. You add in Bukhalakis there, and you're looking at real shit. You know, there's not much creativity in the team, and we'll see. Maybe we get something new.
Yeah, and with that, I guess we can move on to the other youngster that we're looking to sign. Apparently, our old fan favorite and club captain, Luka Milivojevic, is
getting younger in the midfield. We need some more running. Oh no, I love the guy. I think when we listed some of our favorite Olympiacos players ever, I listed Luka Milivojevic. I really loved him. But he's like 31, 32. Okay, which is fine. But in what world is Luka Milivojevic, if I remember Luka Milivojevic, what was it, almost 5 years ago now, playing with Jan and Villa? I cannot see it. I cannot wrap my brain around this. How are these 2 players going to play together? It makes no sense to me. I just, maybe I need to see it to believe it, but I don't see it. I really don't see it.
Who do you? I'm also a bit baffled by this one. As much as I like the player quite a lot. I wasn't ever crazy about him. I thought he was a good player for us, and I appreciated his passion, his aggression. But I guess the thing that annoys me about the Milivojevic rumors is that on the one hand, we hear that Olympiacos isn't willing to give 2 or 3 million to buy George Baldock, or like a decent right back.
Like Premier League experience as well, very good.
Exactly. But we're apparently willing to give Luka Milivojevic a contract and pay his team, and it's going to be way more than that in a position in the park where we already have quite a lot of depth.
Doesn't make sense. I think they're mixing something up. I think he's going to go to Forest. I don't know. I have a gut feeling.
I mean, so Forest is an option for reasons we all understand.
Yeah, but they need Premier League experience. I think Luka Milivojevic offers that. He's solid. He has a free kick, takes penalties. But in our team, it makes no sense, man. Is Jan and Villa, like we've tried this experience with Villa and Bukhalakis and our eyes bleed, and we're gonna do it with, albeit a better player. Are we really gonna do this again? He's 31, another big contract on the books that you can't resell. There's not gonna be a resell of Luka Milivojevic for money. What is the point? How many big contracts, bloated, older contracts are we gonna have on this roster? It's gonna be. I'm not going to write him off, I guess I would say, but it makes no sense. There's no innovation. It's just recycled ideas of it. It's, I don't know.
I think that there are conversations between the club and Luka. I think there always has been a contact and a relationship that's maintained since he left to one degree or another. I mean, he was loved by the club and he loved the club. The fans took to the player as well because of the way he is on the pitch, the way he
and off the pitch too.
Yeah. So the baseball cap when we went and played Dinamo Zagreb and all of those things. I don't see this happening this season, but the one thing I will say is that Jan and Villa's contract ends next year.
Yeah.
So
could work.
I don't know if they're kind of, having some talks in anticipation of a potential bid for Jan, whether it's, I don't know, a bid that might come from the Middle East or a bid that might come from France. But that's something to keep in mind because that's the only logical explanation that I can find for this. I can't. We posted this on Instagram and some people said, oh, maybe it would be interesting to have Luka and Jan and then Madi, or someone like Madi with a bit more pace and energy playing with them in a 3-man midfield or Kunde. I don't know, but I don't see this happening.
We don't have enough creativity on the wings or at the fullback position to play a midfield of Jan and Villa, Luka Milivojevic, and Mari Camara. Like, who is going to create Gary Rodriguez and Masuras? Give me a break. You know what I mean? There's no creativity in the team. And it looks like Oleg's staying. He's going to be the starter. There's no links with left backs anymore. There was the Rafa Suarez, who I think is signing for PAOK. Was that the name? Rafa Suarez?
Yeah.
I remember reading him about, I don't know.
Look at my eyes. DC says Fulham and Everton also want to sign him. Yeah, that's right. So obviously Marco Silva being the manager at Fulham, Milivojevic played under Marco Silva during his year with us, so they know each other. I think he came in when we sold Samaris, and he played immediately in Marco Silva's team. So Alexander Mitrovic plays for Fulham too. They know each other from the Serbian national
they're very
team.
good friends because they live in London as well. Their families are really close, from what I've read as well.
Yeah, of course. And he wouldn't need to move. I mean, Crystal Palace is a London-based team, and so is Fulham, so he wouldn't be moving. So yeah, guys,
I think that makes a lot of sense as a move.
I don't. I see him going to Fulham. If I'm perfectly honest, I think he'll end up there. If I could venture a guess. This is interesting. So Dabo, for those of you that remember, we signed this player Abdoulaye Dabo from Nantes, I think it was, right? from Nantes in January. He had a couple of games with the B team. He recently had an issue with his knee. He picked up an injury in one of the last B team games some weeks ago. But the good news is that if you follow him on Instagram, you see that he's been going to the gym. He's been in the gym. He's getting ready, and we have learned from sources that he looks to be in a good shape, and he should be starting preseason training with the first team on the 14th of June. We have that inside information from our sources. I mean, I haven't seen the guy play 90 minutes, but he's big, he's strong, he's fast, he's left-footed. There's definitely something there, and I would love to see him in preseason in this year. And who knows, this might be the next Agibou, or the next Project France signing. There's
a few of those guys. You just hope one of them breaks. Like Fadiga, I also thought was very good when he played, but they were playing him on the wing, which he looked much more like a midfielder than winger to me. But we'll see. Will the team look to risk? Will the team look to refresh? Or are we going back with the same shit? To me, the team has to innovate. There has to be innovation. There has to be change. And if there's not, I think I'll say for another episode, we're in big trouble for the Champions League qualifiers. I don't know how this team goes by anyone after what we saw at the end of the season. So maybe they'll figure it out. But
got another comment from ASG7. Luka's a great player with good Madi, yes, but good Madi doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, mate. And to be honest, I mean, if we don't sell Madi this summer, then
what are we doing? Why is he still here? It's a kind of insane. How many years has it been now? 4? I
mean, he came when it's 4 because he came. He came with Martins,
and it's almost 5 years for Pape Cissé. Like,
it's nearly 6, I think, for Pape.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible. It's incredible. I don't know.
I think there were some rumors about Madi Camara. I don't know if we started those because we were. I mean, we commented on Twitter that if there is a player in our squad that can play in the Premier League and move to Forest and have an impact, it's probably him. So
and Pape Cissé, I really think it makes sense for both sides. I don't even think Madi Camara should be at preseason. I really think. I really don't think that's great having him there, but we'll see. Maybe the vacation's good for him, resets, all of them reset, who knows. So moving on, we have some developments. We have Cristian Tello. I read this one, I think, and this is one I brought kind of higher to the list I wanted to talk about because I've read Cristian Tello's name for like 4 years. I swear I've read Cristian Tello, Olympiacos, blah, 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 for how many summers now. The only difference is Cristian Tello is out of contract in the end of the month, I think, this month. I have no idea.
Yeah, 30th of June. Yeah.
30th of June. So it makes sense. It's free. It's cheap. He's over 30 years old. It checks all the boxes. He's expensive. He played for a big team. He's cheap. Not cheap. He's very expensive. And I think it checks all the boxes. I wouldn't be surprised.
Greetings from Kavala, Ira K7. Thank you so much for the donation.
Thanks, man.
Thanks a lot, guys. Much appreciated. That's really great. I think that's our second or third donation.
Yeah, guys, thank you for the donation. You don't have to donate, but if you want to donate, thank you so much. One day we'll have t-shirts. We want merch. One day, I have a dream. I'm going to be passing out t-shirts outside of Karaiskaki Stadium, but we'll see.
Τους θερμούς χαιρετισμούς μας στην Καβάλα. Ευχαριστούμε και πάλι. Yeah, guys, as Labro said, like we do want to print some Gate 7 International T-shirts.
Yeah. If someone wants to send some designs, feel free, because I'm not very good at it and I'm trying. But
we got something up our sleeve. But
We
you
got
know
something.
what? Before we do merchandise as well, I have to say that one of my dreams, and I think one of our dreams as well, is that we live abroad, and it's been fantastic building this community and building up this channel as well. And we see so many of you coming back, like always with us, whether it's Mano, Sparos, some other, I pick out a couple of those names, Pedro Martins comes to watch the show.
Oh God, I forgot about this bet. Remember when I said if Remy Cabella takes us to the Champions League, I'll get a haircut like him? Oh my God, please God, I hope he never comes.
Guys, what we would really love is like if and when we get an opportunity to come and watch a game in Athens, we would love to meet as many of you as possible, like outside the stadium, do some interviews outside the stadium, some fan cam, take some pictures. Like we would love to do that. So hopefully we will get a chance to do that soon. Merhaba to our friends from Turkey, Olympiakos, Turkey. Guys, any of you going to the games in Austria? Labro and I talked about this.
It's difficult.
It's a little bit far, and it doesn't coincide with my holiday dates, unfortunately. Labro, I don't know about you.
One step too far, and for me, it's really bad timing for me because my thesis is due at the end of the month, and I start working. Voice crack. I started working at the end of the month too. It's difficult. If it was in Switzerland, yes, I would go. If it was in Belgium, yes, I'd go. But Austria is a bit difficult for me, and also, it's not like it's in a big city in Austria. You got to take a car or rent a car or find lodging. It's a bit tough. So I don't think so.
No, but do you know what, guys? If any of you are going to Austria, like take some vids. Like if you do send the vids in, like we'll play them on the show. Like that would be awesome.
Cristian Tello scoring his banging goal for his 32nd birthday, reminiscing on the time he played for Barcelona 15 years ago. It's gonna be. He's the perfect signing. He's expensive, but where was I before? He's expensive. Yeah. He's free, and what was I gonna? He's over 30. He checks all the boxes to be an Olympiacos player, and I don't know. I think he's perfect. He's fast. He's fast. What else can he do? I don't know. He's fast, guys. I think Henry Onyekuru, that was unlucky. Cristian Tello, he's fast. I don't know. I think he's perfect.
I mean, like you said at the beginning, he's a player that's been linked with the club for so many years.
Like Ricardo Quaresma 2.0. You remember that guy? Like every summer, it was like Ricardo Quaresma is coming. It's like, oh my God, please.
I'd still take Quaresma.
I would too. Those outside,
really better than all of our wingers put together.
Okay. Yeah,
hot take, but yeah,
he's still playing.
I want to read this comment. Hot take. Der Profidiga says Tello will be the 2 Ronnie Lopez. I think you mean, he'll be Ronnie Lopez 2.0.
It's interesting that you mentioned Ronnie Lopez. Supposedly the club wants him back after he played one good game after being on the bench all season. They're like, actually, Ronnie Lopez isn't bad. Can we get Ronnie Lopez in? It's like, what the fuck are you? Why was he on the bench the whole season?
Comment again from the same guy. Can we get Spence? I assume you mean Jed Spence. Is this realistic? No, it's not.
We won't even pay 2 million euros for George Baldock. We're going to pay 20 million euros for Jed Spence. Come on, man.
Nottingham Forest do not own Jed Spence. Jed Spence is on loan from Middlesbrough, and Tottenham want him. Bayern Munich expressed interest back in January, and I think Arsenal were interested in him in January. Jed Spence, like I've mentioned him as well. That would be fantastic, but not happening. I'm afraid not. But fantastic player, very exciting right back. Like look out for him next season. He's going to be. That'd be great if Forest can hang on to him. That's going to be tough even for them to keep a hold onto him.
Yeah.
And Sparo says, I was going to go to Austria to see my family, but I'm working, so I can't make the game.
Yeah,
Think again, Sparo's like.
But it's also like preseason. You've been to preseason, but like, is preseason really worth it to take vacation time when you could like save the vacation to go to, like, let's say like we did, we went to Frankfurt. I don't know.
I mean, preseason. I like going to preseason games.
There's no one there, so you can interact with the fans and the players and the coaches. It's, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, like the in Belgium, I have been. Yeah, of course. Like when they've come to Belgium, of course, I've gone to all the preseason games. Hang on a minute, Romans Mirnidis. Why are you reminding me of Tuncay? Are you talking about the Turkish player with the long hair? Where did this came up? Has this come up in the chat? Anyway,
I don't even know who that is.
I think, yeah. Oh God, yeah, because people are now throwing out names: Quaresma, Ben Arfa, Rubinho, like players that we've been linked with.
Even Ronaldinho was linked a few summers. Like
Tuncay, I remember Tuncay. Do you remember Tuncay?
No,
You're probably too young. You're too young. Guys, I mean, look, we wanted to talk about Cristian Tello because, you know, winger is one of the positions we're looking for, like we said.
He's perfect.
But honestly, like there hasn't been a lot of movement, like in terms of players on the wing, even in terms of press rumors. I think Tello's the only one that we've heard, and I think it's just one of those like players that's been offered to the club by his agent, and that's it. I think it's one of those.
We've heard more rumors about wingers from Olympiacos leaving, and I see the chat is going off about it. Yorgos Masouras is heavily linked with Trabzonspor. Even their coach came out and said, I want Yorgos Masouras. I told the board to bring me Yorgos Masouras. Like, imagine you just win the league and the first thing you want, you're like, we're going to make a big signing. We just won the league. We want Yorgos Masouras. No offense. But if I just won the league after 20 years, I don't think Yorgos Masouras would be my big summer signing. But okay, for the chat's throwing it around. Supposedly, we want 9 million euros. I think someone said that. That's what I read as well. If they give you 9 million euros, you cut their hand off and you take that 9 million euros and you run to the hills. You run. Even if they give you 7.5, 8 with a sell-on fee. What is it? Sell-on fee? No, what's it called? Sell-on percentage fee.
Percentage, yeah.
You take 7.5 with the fee, with the sell-on percentage, and you're golden. You're golden.
Yeah, I mean, the question's being asked: do we see him leaving? I think if we get above 7.5 million,
you have to take it. You can't.
Yeah, you're never going to get more. You're never going to get more money. Will he leave though? I mean, look, there's one thing I think to consider is that Bakasetas and Siopis are former teammates of his. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they played at Panionios together, the three of them. So that's maybe those guys as well have talked to him and say, because we've heard that Masouras isn't too hot about going to Turkey. It was the same with Fortounis as well, because we know Fortounis got bids from Turkey, but Fortounis always said, not interested in moving to Turkey. But maybe Bakasetas and Siopis can convince him to go if the two.
And they're there together with the Greek national team now for 2 weeks, so yeah, that's like the old LeBron James when he was in the Olympics with the USA team and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. They spoke together at the Olympics. Whatever.
So there's more banter in the chat. Vangelis Mirneos is asking, do we remember the Zeroberto saga? Φίλε, ο Zeroberto έρχεται με τον Kellström, the Swedish guy. They're coming
the one
together.
Who broke his back. Do you remember this? He signed for Arsenal, played one game, broke his back.
Yeah, poor guy.
He broke his back.
Yeah, Vangeli package deal, Zeroberto, Kellström, and I'll give you guys for the older ones in here. Cesar Delgado. Does anyone remember Cesar Delgado? Let's see if anybody remembers him. He was in the newspapers. Labro for you. He was a Boca Juniors player. It was like, I think he used to play with Tevez at Boca, and he was like in the papers all the time. Ben Arfa, people going off in the chat.
But I guess Ben Arfa, I don't know.
Yeah, I want to bring up a comment from our friend in Moscow, Roman Smagnidis. With the current situation in Russia, many foreign players that used to play in Russia under contract are free. Krychowiak was one of them, not the best of them, neither the only one, worth taking a look. Yeah, of course, he was at AEK. He improved their midfielder. He really did improve their midfield. Even
they were so dumb. No, they were so
shit.
shit. They had like 4 coaches, the caretaker. One person who fits our strategy really well. Criminal attempted to stab someone over 30. Quincy Promes could be available.
Oh, God.
He's being done up for murder in the Netherlands. I think that's why he's staying in Russia, actually. But he fits our molds. Fits our molds good. I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe he's looking for a second chance. He's looking for
second chance saloon, like.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, to be fair, I really like him as a player as well. Did I want him back in the Dutch national team? Maybe, but he can't go back to the Netherlands because he's facing murder charges. But I don't know. Maybe that's one player. I don't know.
All right, let's get back on track.
I don't know.
Life at 828. The worst thing I've heard until now are the Pelkas rumors, I think. Yeah.
Is that really the worst? It can't be the worst. Come on, Pelkas is better than.
Yeah, but what are you going to do with Pelkas? What are you going to do with him?
It's like, man. We were looking at Pascal Lex. That's much worse than Pelkas. We're not even discussing that.
Yeah, I mean, since we were talking about potential departures, by the way, guys, a lot of you know this already. So Ruben Semedo is apparently not staying with Porto. They didn't trigger his buyout, which was, I think, 5.6 million. As most of you know, he got very limited minutes at Porto. I think he didn't play 90 minutes for 6 months. Is it a tactic to bring his price down? I don't think that Olympiacos will sell him for under 4.5 million, which is what we signed him for. But the latest development is that Jorge Jesus, the former Benfica coach, who was at Flamengo the past few years, has signed for Fenerbahce as their new coach, and actually Lakis Gavalas is commenting on this. Semedo going to Fener. Maybe. Don't be surprised to see that. Don't be surprised to see that in the press in the coming days.
Just get the criminals out. Just get Semedo out. Also, the Quincy Promes thing is a complete joke. I don't want a murderer. No more murderers, no more killers, no more beater-uppers. I don't even know what to call them. Also, just when you think things could be worse, look at Fenerbahce. They just hired a 90. Have you seen this guy, Jorge Jesus, Jorge whatever? He looks like he's gonna die, man. He's so old. I wish the man health, but could you imagine your coach being from 1930?
I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google and see how old Jorge Jesus is. But one thing I will say,
look at a picture of him. Come on, God, it's not great. I don't know.
One thing I will say about Jorge Jesus is that his teams have played really good football, man. He's 67 years old. He's 67 years old.
I remember when he left Benfica for Sporting, and then they went on to lose the league 2 years in a row. Benfica beat him over it, and then he disappeared to Brazil, and now he's back in Europe.
Anyway, that's the kind of manager that potentially we would have gone for if Martins didn't re-sign a new contract. But anyway, shall we talk about this wing backs?
Everyone's talking about it.
Go.
It's a shame what's going on with nothing. Nothing's happening. There's so many. I think that's the biggest takeaway. It looks. I don't think we've been linked to one left back other than what was the one I said? Rafa Suarez. Let's see how good he is going to be. He's going to be playing for PAOK now. Other than that, we saw the guy who plays for Bayern Munich but never plays, who played for OM. Couto, Mofeo. I don't know. There's a lot of names at right back. A lot of them don't make sense. Other than if Sheffield United says it's 2 million for George Baldock, you give it to them yesterday. Like, he's perfect. He's perfect. He's perfect. He's got Premier League experience. And this guy's not like a Premier League prima donna. He played in like the shittiest leagues in England, and now he's made it to the top. I think he's perfect for what we need. He's consistent. He's tough. He's a fighter. He runs. He reminds me a lot of Omar as well. I love
Good
that
mentality.
Mentality-wise, he's just tough.
Yeah.
You have to. You're from there, so you have to have the toughest mentality to play in those leagues in the UK. Like,
Mate,
you have to be a warrior, man.
Like Jamie Vardy didn't break into the Premier League until he was 27, 28 years old, I think. And he played in Conference League, which is, I think, like the 5th division in England. So, yeah, I mean, Baldock's story is a really good one. Like, he started playing at Milton Keynes, MK Dons. Yeah. And I think he had a loan move out to Iceland for a period of time. So, you know, my worry with Baldock is that he's never been outside England. Yeah. I wonder how well he would adapt. I think the fact that he's in the Greek national team and that he will blend in with some of these guys through the national team will help his adaptation. But otherwise, like, you know, the Omar comparison, I've seen a couple of games. The guy is an absolute machine. Like, he can play and run for 180 minutes, like up and down the line, boom, 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 just non-stop. I've read some funny comments about Baldock being the right back version of Oleg and things like this, but like, no comparison, guys. I'm not saying like he puts in a cross like David Beckham, but like, guys, those kinds of players, they're not going to come and play for us. Forget it. We're not going to find the Trent Alexander-Arnold, or, you know, Labrador might think Trent is shit, but, you know, we're not going to get Reece James or whoever at right back. George Baldock's a fucking steal for 2 million.
For 2 million, what are you going to get? Like, what are they looking at? Do you read the names we're looking at? The one of the Manchester City guy who played for Braga. Are you kidding me? That's bullshit to sell a newspaper. Like, are you people actually buying that? That he's going to, after coming from Braga, which had a very good season, it's a very serious team, he's going to come to Olympiacos. Are you kidding me? It's like, the guy is a serious footballer. I like, yeah, is that the name, Jan Couto? Is he the one from Manchester City? Like, it's not happening. Like, honestly, you just bought a newspaper. Like, that is why they write these stories. Jan Couto is not happening.
Who has seen Jan Couto play? Honestly, like,
there's no way.
If any of you in the chat right now have watched Jan Couto play for more than 90 minutes, let us know in the comments, and we're going to drop the link, and we want you to come and tell us about Jan Couto. Please. I've never seen him play. I've watched some YouTube videos, but YouTube videos, you know, Henry Onyekuru was great on YouTube videos as well, guys.
Anyway, I see the people not loving Baldock or whatever, but for fuck's sake, we have nothing. Like, what are we even? We got Kenny Ladla right now. We're desperate. So we're looking at the washed up player of Bayern who played 8 games there. We're looking at who even else? Sambia. Is he from Nantes? Montpellier.
Yeah.
Okay, that one I actually like. I like him as well because he's 24, 26. To be honest, people, I'm not even going to pretend. Like, I don't watch any of these players. Like, I look at the profile, I look at the resume, and I look at a bit of the stats. The one from Bayern is a complete joke. The one who played for OM, Sarr. Is he the one? That's a bad one. That's really bad. And I'm going to answer this right now. Yes. I think Lala. I saw Lala give a goal right to a guy right in front of my eyes, like against Atalanta. Like, it was like, clear the ball, man, clear the ball. You just have to poke the ball away, and he just Lala is in nothing. The guy mentally is not even here.
It just hasn't clicked. It hasn't clicked.
He doesn't work. He's French. I don't know. Maybe he misses France. He wants baguettes, croissant. I don't know. I do too, but I can live abroad. It's okay. But really, what we're looking for is we're looking for something. And I saw something in Turkey. Oh, someone sent it to us like Omar El-Abdallawi is now being offered to Olympiacos as well. I don't know if that's true. He's got real health problems now with his eye. I don't know what they're going to do. But they need someone in 12 days, man. Lala cannot be your right back in preseason. I'm sorry. Like, Lala's got to be gone by July 1st. You need someone. You need someone for the quality. Lala, oh my God. I don't think any of us can see Lala play another game for Olympiacos.
This is it. Thank you, ASG7. Lack of focus. Mentally weak. He had a fantastic game against Fener and against the Panathinaikos, one of the games that we didn't win. We didn't win any games against Panathinaikos this season. Look at my eyes. I watched him on the game versus Ludogorets. I was at the first game, the home match, Ludogorets, and I remember him in the first 5-10 minutes.
Yes, I remember that.
Very, very good, like making breaks down the right and the left. But yeah, no, I can't. And I don't think the coach wants him anymore. It's clear. I think the other thing with Baldock, let's say for argument's sake, like Jan Koto and Baldock are the options. Like Jan Koto, young, pace, Brazilian, Olympiacos fans love a bit of flair. I'd go for experience at the back. I think he offers more balance, more experience, and just the season starts very early. Do we want to really bring in a guy like Jan Koto?
I honestly, I don't know why we're even speaking. If he's the guy from Man City who we read about with the who played at Braga, there's no way this guy's going to Olympiacos after playing a good season at Braga. Braga's going to be in the Champions League. They did so well in the league. I think they did very well in the Europa League this season.
Quarterfinals, yeah.
No, there's no way. Manchester City are also not morons too. I think they're quite serious about developing people. They've seen it. What a clown show this has been like over here developing players recently. Are they really going to send someone over for develop? They saw let's be honest. If you're an English team and you have a young fullback, you're going to see, how is Olympiacos done with young fullbacks? Ruben Vinagre was their last young fullback they took on loan. How did that go? Not so great. So
I mean, that was a poor choice from the beginning because Ruben Vinagre, anyone that knew him, anyone that had watched Wolves play, knew that Nuno played a 3-5-2, and that Ruben Vinagre never played in a 4-3-3 or a 4-4-2 system. Laggy, I don't agree with you about Baldock and Lala comparison, but I do agree with you here. I don't know why we didn't sign Saliakas. I think that was fucking stupid.
Yeah, he was there too. He was just there. Like I don't rate him. I don't rate him very highly, as you know. But Thrylos, our current right back, at backup right back.
But like, you know that the reason we kept Androutsos and Vrusai, not the reason, but part of
they're Greek for registration.
Exactly. And Saliakas is an academy player, so he would have given us more options when we're submitting our squads for Europe. It was a no-brainer. And I'm not saying he would be starting, but statistically too, Saliakas was the best right back in the league this season. Like crosses completed and tackling and passes completed. He was in the top 3 for all those metrics. So I think it was dumb to not pick him up.
It's just like a simple move. You offer him a free contract, you pay him, you overpay him maybe just a little bit, but he's a Greek player, so it's not that much. And this one's interesting too. Yeah, Karbovnik, man. Can we talk about mismanagement? Incredible. And then he was playing at the end of the season. It was like, why is this guy even here? Why is he playing? What?
Yeah, you're right. That's just another example of just buying or signing a player for the sake of signing a player. I don't know. I have a lot of questions about how things are working in the back room, who's making decisions, how decisions are being made, on criteria. But we can do a whole other podcast.
We can talk about that another day, but it's just I don't believe shit in the papers until I don't believe any of it anytime. But by July 1st, I want to see something. July 15th, a week before our thing, I would want to see 5 to 6 moves. I want to see new players, and I want to see a change of system.
You mean June or July, bro? You mean
July,
June?
July 1st. By July 1st, I want to see 3-4 players here already. And by July 15th, a week before the qualifiers, I want to see some of these players playing. I can't go into next season with Kenny Lala and Oleg Reabchuk and the same fucking shit system that we ended last season with. We need changes. Whether that also be Kunde coming in, like, screw it. He had a decent end to the season. I don't know, just something new. We can't keep rolling out this same thing. Maybe Fortunis comes back in preseason. I doubt it. I don't think there's anything left there, but we'll see. We'll see.
Well, we've done the rounds. We're almost an hour in, guys. I think we're gonna wrap things up here. There'll be plenty of other episodes, guys. Like, we'll keep you guys updated on everything going on with regards to the team transfers. We'll be back again.
It's an interesting summer. It's very interesting summer. This whole thing with Nottingham Forest too. Also, they changed the Greek transfer deadline to September 14th.
Yep.
You read that? That maybe that offers something. I don't know.
Well, let's see what competition we'll be playing in.
Oh, indeed, everyone.
But yeah, guys, thanks for sticking with us again. If you haven't subscribed already, hit the subscribe button. Please like this episode. Like, the like really does help in terms of dissemination as well. Getting
also comments. Literally just write like something stupid like "woo, let's go." You know, like, it literally does something. I don't know. I think it helps the algorithm.
It pushes it. Yeah, the more likes, the more comments, more people will see it.
Yeah.
Leave us your comments, guys. Like, do you think El Arabi is going to resign? Do you think we should be resigning El Arabi? Why don't you even drop like what players, you know, who's your dream? Like, who are the players you'd love to see? Maybe be realistic as well, or up to you. Like, leave us your comments.
Ricardo Quaresma. Last dance, baby. Last dance.
Bring Ronaldinho back, like, you know, some Joga Bonito, like, bring him back from retirement. That will get.
You know who could come in? Leo Salino, still playing, maybe. I don't know. Leandro Salino. Playing? Who knows, man? I'm desperate for a new right back. You know, bring him back. Bring him in. Drager. Who knows?
Vagelis is giving you jokes, man.
You know, the perfect statue of Lala for his time at Olympiacos is when he let the Atalanta guy just walk past him, drink his little espresso, and score a goal. I think that's the statue. I think that's the one. Just like him being like, "Please, would you like to score this goal? Be our guest." Yeah.
Well, guys, before wrapping up, there's one more thing. Stick with me for 1 minute. We have the Gate 7 International Awards coming up again. We did it for the first time last year. Watch out on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram if you don't already. We will be dropping in the stories the different categories for this year's Gate 7 International Awards. We have MVP, Most Improved Player, Transfer of the Season, Greek Player of the Season, Coat of the Season, Baldock, Της Χρονιάς, Flop of the Season, whatever you want to call it. But also, you know, for those of you that watch us regularly, you know, what was your favorite moment?
Podcast moment of the year.
Yeah.
What was it last year? I forget. I'd have to look back. Goal of the season as well. And you know what?
just to start getting the juices flowing. Labro, what was goal of the season for you this year?
Did we score any goals this season? I can't even remember.
I think for me, Tiquinho's goal against Fenerbahce, the winner in stoppage time, that got me out.
I
of my
literally
sleep.
can't remember anything.
It was
I literally don't. You could
remember
literally. I could sit here for an hour. I can't think of any goals that were. I'm gonna say El Arabi's goal versus. I don't know. Just one of them. I don't remember any of them. Cissé's goal. Did Cissé score a goal? I don't know. Cissé's goal versus blank. I don't.
The vote is open, guys. What was your goal of the season? Leave it in the comments after this, and it will count towards the votes. Okay. More on that. Follow us on all our channels and keep up to date with us. Thanks for sticking with it, guys, and see you next time. Kalinichta, Kalimera, wherever you guys are. See you next time.
Ciao.